go to Jill Storey. Jill Storey, she comes with a work which appears to be very, I would say, it's a fairy tale like work from a place that could be real or could be just a product of Jill's fantasy. But if it's real, I would love to have a chance one day to see it, because you've captured it in an angle which is quite mesmerizing, peaceful, meditative, and spiritual. And I love how your artist's passion is really taking you to put every single detail in order to depict exactly how the scene is, especially the way you've constructed the ground and the tree bodies and everything else that is in the middle, even the confusing looks of the broken branches that it's really, it must be really difficult to or very time consuming to do that. I'm quite mesmerized by your masterfulness of how you've constructed this. This is called Cathedral, and Jill says, my art is about connecting to people with recognition and emotion, a sense of place and of memory. It is also driven by the quest for quiet and solitude in this world of non-stop distraction. I paint people engaged in quiet and contemplative pursuits and landscapes that invite a solitary stroll. My preferred medium is pastel, and this particular piece is on sanded paper with a watercolor underpainting. Jill, I decided to dedicate to this work a very meditative prelude, which is like a soliloquy, but not in the sad sense. It's a work that I always think of as a calm piece, which although it's dominated by minor harmonies, but it contains so much joy. And I always like to mention this, as the great poet Khalil Gibran said, that joy is nothing but masked sorrow. So this piece is also a masked piece, which I will leave it to you to interpret what it hides behind it. I wanted to mention that Jill is an artist based in Boise, Idaho. So I'm assuming the nature there, it's absolutely a factor that must have a strong influence on your inspiration. Jill, thank you for really depicting to the best I've ever seen this kind of scene with the woods and the beautiful solitude around. I've only experienced this once when I had a trip to the northwest near Mount Rainier, and that's where I really understood that the trees and this environment has a soul, and it really harbors you in, and it's a very different experience unless you you go under it. And this is you know, I was able to feel as close as I felt when I experienced that in real life, just by looking at your work here. And to close on this note, that I want to mention again, the details are absolutely something that seal my taste in here and my admiration for this brilliant work. Thank you so much.